Well, this is the job I've been dreading for some time, this Maserati pulley half. It really is a beast of a thing. It's going to be a very interesting experience. Split pattern, which may actually help in this case. I think I need to have it about there. I've worked out in the past, and I'll put a sprue down there and I'll run it around there into the two feeders, which will be here and here. Oops, rats. Dropped the sieve on the floor. Tap it to stop the pattern moving around a little, just firm it up a little first. Now we can start ramming it for proper. Flip her over, back on the boards. Other half of the pattern. Clean the mess up a little. Lift the top half of the box off, lift the cope up and hope the pattern comes with it, which it seems to be doing. Gee, these boxes are heavy. I'm just not used to them these days. Right, sit that one there. Cut a runner. Right, one runner cut, loosen the pattern. Get the secret weapon. Done. Come on, darling, come to mummy. Over there for the moment. A bit of part in there. Right. While I'm here, I should just break these edges where the gates are going to come over there. And, I guess it's going to be somewhere here. Right. Right, put this one aside. Repeat the exercise with this little beastie. First of all, let's see if we can loosen it. Ooh, not much happening there. Okay, let's go down the screw hole and moving finally. The magic device again. First of all, let's... Yep. There we go. And come to mama. Now I'll just cut the gates into the risers, see if I can do it a little better this time so I don't completely destroy the core print this end. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see. I don't know, no, you're going to get the core print anyway. I'll have to... Oh, I've got a little trick I can pull there, I think, to get around the problem of the damaged core print. Ooh, that's quite hard in there. Gently. Look her over. You're okay. And close the mould up again. Oh, over here on the baseboard. And that pretty much is those two moulds done. Just have to put the cores and sprue and the feeder extensions on before cores in, the feeder extensions etc. on before I pour it. But that is the moulding done for the day. We'll now come to the interesting bit about trying to get the cores loaded into this mould without either breaking the cores or damaging the mould. I'm not looking forward to this. There we go. Yes, right. First thing we have to do, pick one of these cores and very carefully place it in here. There's a notch there. Okay. There. Now, unfortunately, there's been a mistake made by the pattern maker here, and I have to just nudge so that it's somewhere in the middle. Well, it's not too bad. Okay, now that's one cord. That's the easy one. The next one's the hard one. It's this one. And it has to be fed through the one I just loaded. And that's not going to be very easy. Perhaps if I put a bit of wire like that up the centre of that one and a nail in this one. Now, and then I think what we have to do pick this up by the wire if I can. And feed it through. Good. This is damn near impossible. There. Drop it. Pull that one out. I've got one in. And the interesting thing here is that at this point the metal actually goes around this brass tube, and considering that aluminium sort of dissolves the brass tube rather quickly, and where is an old brass tube from when I first tried this? Here's an old brass tube from when I first tried it, a couple of them, and you can see the aluminium's got right into the tube. This time I've got a nail up the middle of the tube, steel nail, so it won't attack that quite so quickly. All right, now I've got that closed there, that in. I now need to close the mould very carefully. Now I need to take it up and down a couple of times, take it apart, blow all the loose sand out, which is going to be a bit of a trick in itself. That side's all right, I hope. But this side will be the real mess. There's a lot of loose sand in there. Let's have a look and see what we've got. No, still loose sand, I can see it. Well, for better or for worse, that's one of them. Nearly. Close her up finally. Put the sprue and feeder extensions in place. One sprue extension. One feeder extension there, one more there, and I'll just increase the height of these a little more, just so I can fill them right up to the top and still be able to get the exothermic in. That's one done. Now we'll delicately put this back in front of the furnace ready to be poured. The Maserati pulleys coming up, I hope. If they don't work this time, we ain't doing them again. Yeah. And away we go. I don't know what's going to happen here. Ooh, moved a bit in the shank. We haven't had a violent explosion yet. I'm going to get more than that in them. Okay, and this one. Go. That's about all we're going to get. I want to fill them as high as we can. Okay. Under the moulds here. Don't know if I can get those off. I think they've hung over the top too much. No. Well, take the wire off them and then they'll probably fall in half. And then they'll come off. There we go, it's one. Yeah, I think it's about right. Let's go. I'll just get my tongs first. Well, doesn't look too bad. We seem to have something approaching a casting. Come on, fall off, fall off. Now, the question is, what's it like? In here. I think it might be alright with a bit of luck. We'll bung it in the water and we'll check later. And finally, the big job for the day. These things, the pulley for the Maserati. You remember we had two core boxes there and there to make cores for it. And we had this fairly large split pattern. And the long core that was made in this box has a brass tube up the middle of it, which it has holes drilled all along the tube to help the core vent. But in particular, the interesting thing here is that that core sits about, it's a bit hard to show, sits about here. So about that much of this tube is surrounded by metal. So the tube itself forms the core just inside this end here. Now I'm not too unhappy with the finish. I mean, it's not really brilliant, but you know, work like this, I mean, what do you expect? You know, it's quite difficult. And the CO2 core, I painted the cores, they've come up a bit better than they normally do, but it's still not brilliant. But we'll see what it all looks like when I get the risers and the gates, etc. cut off, and maybe it won't turn out too bad. I think, yeah, it's not too bad this time. Better than the last time I tried it, as long as we don't have any nasty holes in here like we had last time, we'll be right. We'll see what it looks like when I've cut them off. Well, the end of the job. The risers of feeders, gates, etc. have now been cut off. The core's been removed. Even the brass tube, that was down the middle, it came out. The metal didn't attack it, mainly I think because I painted it with a boron nitride wash, which repels the metal. So we have his 2, and I guess his aged old Maserati will soon be back in business. These were the ones I did some time ago, and I understand that they sort of fit here with bolts right through, and I think they just shim or something as the belt wears, something of that order. I'm not really sure, but that's that job done. Into the oven, get them heat treated, ring the man up and take some money from him, and whatever the money is, it will never be enough for this job. This is one of these jobs you do and you never quite make it, never quite get fair recompense, but you can't win them all.